The Zenex Foundation is a grant-making organisation dedicated to supporting math, science and language, and our involvement is in research, in both looking at teacher development, principal development, working with learners at school level, and developing resources to use in schools in math, science and language. When the foundation was established in 1995, the trustees at that point were looking at that time in South Africa, how could a foundation like Zenex make a contribution to democratization? And we thought we needed to focus on providing opportunities for young people, disadvantaged young people. And we saw maths and science as a gateway to tertiary education, and also looking at the economic needs of the country. That's the kind of subjects we needed for the scarce skills that we had. So our focus then began on maths and science. As we've worked in education, we began to understand the importance of language. And in fact, we have a simple equation that says good language equals good maths and science. And all the evaluations and research is pointing to young people needing to have a very, very good grasp of language in order to succeed in maths and science as well. And that's why we put those three together, maths, science and language. The way Zenex works is we look to combine both research and practice. So before we start any intervention, we look to see is what is the research telling us, what are past interventions telling us about what worked and what hasn't worked. And that's why we say we're very evidence-based before we start any kind of intervention. We have, can I say, two streams of work. One stream of work is working with government at a system-wide level, looking at large-scale interventions that impact on a large number of schools, large number of teachers and learners, but also looking at levers where we can do something that essentially looks quite small with government, but can leverage and unlock potential within the system. For example, at the moment we're looking at assisting with the EMIS system for data management. The other stream of work is where we begin to innovate, test ideas and learn. We see that that's a real value add that we can add as a donor in the education space to, at a much smaller scale, innovate and test new ideas. A few things that I think we see in the journey ahead. The one is that we'd really like to continue to work closely with government and to support government delivery. Two is I think we need to strengthen our partnerships with other donors working in the sector so that we can leverage and do more. A third big drive for Zenex is to actually share more. Share the lessons, share what we've learned so we can contribute to knowledge building in working in maths and science at schooling level.